Hello and welcome to this edition of The Buzz, everything that's going on at Abington High School regarding Abington High School athletics and Green Wave sports. My name is Sean Riley and I am your host, and today I've got a couple of athletes from our Green Wave athletic program that we're really excited to talk to. The faces that you've probably seen during the winter semester or winter season, and now you're going to see a lot of action from these guys and girls in the spring season. So for our first segment, I want to welcome two of our softball and baseball representatives. We've got Callie Pino, a junior from Abington High School, and then we've got Henry Rogers, who's also a junior. Welcome aboard, gang.
Welcome.
How are you? So obviously, Callie, you're our softball representative today, and Henry, you're our baseball representative today. I want to just ask you first, the conversion from your winter sports going into spring sports, is it a difficult thing, or is it something you really look forward to? Is the spring really kind of help you come alive here? Or is it exciting to get out there in the fields?
Well, they're both like completely different sports to me, but it's like really easy to like shift to softball, and I look forward to it like since like beginning of the year.
So Cal, you played hockey.
Yeah.
Right. So you were in a rink on skates, now going outdoors. Hockey this year had something new for you guys.
Yeah.
We had a girls team, a co-op team with Norwell. So a couple of the Abington women were over there playing with Norwell. How was that experience? First time for the Green Wave, right?
Yeah. It was a great experience. Like a lot of the girls were very welcoming and they were very sweet.
That's great, and I want to give you a little advance congratulations because I understand you've been named as captain for next year's co-op hockey team. So
thank you.
That's wonderful, good news. And Mr. Rogers, out in the baseball field, we've been blessed so far with some pretty good weather. A little chill in the air, but some good weather for the spring. How's the season starting off for the Green Wave baseball team?
We're good. We're 2-1 right now. Two big wins over Rockland and Middleborough. We did lose the EB though, but I mean, we look really good yesterday. We hit the ball very well.
Yep.
I want to give a shout out to the boosters because we got a pitching machine from them.
Oh, good.
And we used it so much last week, and it helped us win yesterday. It was crazy. Like, we hit the ball so well because of it.
That's great. And also helps Coach Praxis
relax
so he doesn't
have to throw. Right? His arm's going away.
Because he was a center fielder in his day. He wasn't really a pitcher, but I know he's been the Abington baseball coach for a long time now. And you have, his son Tyler still coaching?
Tyler and then Coach Donahue, too.
Right. So you've got some good experience kind of bringing you guys out there onto the diamond. And you guys on the baseball field also have the benefit of playing on a brand new renovated baseball field thanks to the American Rescue Plan Act, the ARPA funds that the town manager was able to funnel. As you know, and as I know, playing there in the 80s, it was always a dangerous field because of the lips. And out in center field, you could snap an ankle with some of the dips out there. But the infield was really, you had to be careful, the ball coming up. And it was all taken down and flattened out, and so we're expecting great things out of you guys. I mean, we gotta. Do you feel the difference playing out there? Because you play third base.
Yeah. So third base is like a skee ball machine, like you said.
Yeah.
I always play really close in because it would pop up, and you gotta like get that right hop.
Right.
But I still kind of play that way, but the ball stays down so much better.
Yeah.
Everything's flat. We've got a whole new mound and everything. The batting box is awesome too. Everything, and then behind second, there's always a little dip.
Yep.
And that's gone too. So everything's nice and flat. Everything's good. So yeah.
Yeah, they did a great job really taking care of that field and making it, bringing it back to what it was. And good news is we're going to do something very similar over at the softball field coming up later this spring, again with some of the American Rescue Plan and Community Preservation Act. So, and hopefully you're going to see this at the end of the year, Callie. If not, you'll see it definitely for all of next season. We're putting in new dugouts, new fencing in the infield, and really going to kind of freshen up that field because, frankly, the girls deserve it. And new softball scoreboard is going to be coming in over the summer. So starting, especially next season, it's going to be a great new place to play, something that you guys have deserved for a long time, and we're looking forward to it. But getting into the game itself, you guys have a real senior-heavy team, a lot of juniors, a lot of experience from last year. You had a very successful season last year. You looking really forward to a strong season this year?
Oh yeah. We have big competition this like season, but I think it's only going to prepare us for states.
Yeah, because you guys have been playing early in the season, some large schools.
Yeah.
You're not just playing the smaller schools and kind of beating up on people, but you're challenging yourself and doing well, which is great. And now, do you guys consider your softball team to be more of an offensive hitting team, or are you a strong defensive team, or do you really feel that you have strengths on both sides?
I think there's a balance. I think we are really good defensively, and we can really get the ball into play.
Great. And so let's go around like infield. People like to compare what's harder to play, softball or baseball. I mean, softball, you're closer. You know, that ball's coming at you quicker.
Yeah.
You're a second baseman, right?
Yeah.
So who are the infield? Let's go first to third. Who's playing out there?
Okay, first baseman we have Vivian Bonner. Second baseman is me. Shortstop is Brenna Howley. Third baseman is Ava DePietro. Our pitcher is Shannon Varvitsiotis, and our catcher is Casey Bailey.
Great. And out in the outfield, who's kind of ruling the roost out there?
She's been mixing around a little bit in
Yeah.
the outfield, but she's been having like in right field Kaden Lynch, but Kaden Lynch has a injury,
Yep.
so she's been putting Elsie, and then our center field Maddie Perry,
Yep.
and then left she has Kira Howley, and then she'll mix like Bella Abramson.
And when we say she, you're talking about Coach Oram, right?
Yes.
And Coach Baptiste is the assistant coach.
Baptista.
Baptista is
Yeah.
the assistant coach. We've been talking with them too about helping to design these new dugouts and all, get them ready to go. Hopefully, we'll see them at end of May. Might not be until June. We're waiting for the delivery date. But in baseball, what do you guys consider yourself? Are you guys a strong hitting team, or are you a defensive team, or do you guys really feel confident on both sides?
I feel like so far it's too early to know.
Yeah.
Our defense has always been good in the past. I feel like hitting is always like, ever since we kind of lost as big power hitters a couple years ago, like we've always been more of like a base hit type team.
Yeah.
But I mean, we hit well yesterday. We played defense well, so I think we have the ability to play good on both sides. But I think our pitching is the big difference for sure.
Yeah, and so who's on the mound? I know you're on the mound. You're one of the pitchers,
Yeah.
so I'm going to give you credit from me to you. But who are the other pitchers?
John Sun and Steve Madden are 2, like 1-2, and then I'm the 3, and then Owen Cody and Ryan Solomini will also probably come in and get some innings.
Great. Now, Sellen's a lefty.
Yeah.
Which is great. You don't see a lot of lefties, but he is a very good lefty. Got a strong arm. And then you got Madden with the Hawaiian shirt and everything. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you got to get to a game. It's just, you got a lot of characters on your team.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Which is fun. And both of the softball and baseball team, I think you guys benefit with 2 really good catchers. Let's
Yeah.
talk first about your catcher, who was out pretty much all of last year.
Yeah,
Big addition this year.
right.
Who's that?
She, Casey Bailey.
Yeah.
Yep. She has already impacted our team
Yeah,
and
she's
really brought like spirit.
solid player.
Yeah.
I went to a couple of games last year, and even though she was on the bench, she was still loud and proud, kind
Yeah.
of leading the team, getting everyone excited. And it's good to see her back in the batter's box and also behind the plate catching.
It's like hard to like sit on the bench and watch a game like you love to play.
Yeah.
So that's good for her.
It's good to have that mind of the
Yeah.
athlete. You always want to compete. And then, of course, your catcher, which is also our all-star hockey goalie, is Spencer Merrick. I think it's fair to say, I mean, I look at everything with green wave tinted glasses, but Spencer Merrick's probably one of the best catchers in southeastern
For
Massachusetts.
sure. He's our rock. He's our only senior, so like we're all around him. He's our 3 hitter. I mean, he just does everything right. Can't really complain about him at all.
Right. We're really looking forward to it. So now, as juniors, you guys are kind of in that middle group where you're not the seniors, but you're also not underclassmen. So how important is it to you guys to kind of help encourage the younger, the freshmen, the sophomores, even the 8th graders? I think you guys understand how we need to kind of feed the system every year because, yes, we're looking forward to this season, but as juniors, you're also thinking about what's going to be out there on the field next season. So do you guys try to build that kind of camaraderie with the younger guys and the younger women? Like, is that important to you guys as juniors, or do you just kind of let that go to the seniors?
I definitely think it's important to show them like how to place like the game and like what like to do right to win a team
Yeah.
game.
I think they appreciate it. I mean,
Yeah.
you guys were both freshmen at one point in time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you guys kind of stepped up, got some early play time. If you had a favorite sport, I think you already answered well, what's your favorite sport, Callie?
Softball.
Softball.
Yeah.
Yeah. With hockey a close
I
second?
love playing hockey though.
Yeah.
So they might be a tie.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Henry,
Baseball, definitely.
baseball is your life, right?
Yeah.
You're loving that, which is great. And now, let me ask you, as representatives of the baseball, hockey, a softball team, walking down the halls, going down there and practicing. You guys practice, basically a couple, just 100 yards away from each other. A lot of camaraderie, a lot of like spirit between the two teams, or is there a competition between the two teams, or how do you guys relate with each other?
If we play the same teams like that day, we definitely have like
You want to win.
Yeah.
We both want to win, but I think we both support each other. Like,
We do.
try to get to each other's games, I feel
We do.
like.
Yeah.
The schedules don't really line up, but like come playoff time and stuff, like we'll both beat each other's games, and like both teams are always supporting.
It's also kind of funny because when they're warming up for a game, like we can hear the speaker when we're practicing.
Same
It's
with
just
us,
like, yeah.
Yeah, it's another thing the boosters
Yeah.
were also
Yep, the
chipped in.
speakers.
The
Yep.
big speaker systems, which is great, kind of adds to the pregame atmosphere and the walk-up songs.
Oh yeah.
Which is a whole different thing.
Yeah.
You know, again, if you haven't been to a Green Wave softball or baseball game, you got to get down there. They're fun. It's a great time. They usually start around 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
And if you want to check the schedule, go to www.arbiterlive.com, ARBITER live.com. Just click on Abington High School, and you can open up the softball, you can open up baseball, any of the sports, find out where they're playing and when they're playing. And both baseball and softball play basically behind the Frollo School, down near the Beaver Brook. 2 good fields, 2 really good teams. You're going to recognize these guys. Anything else you guys want to say? I mean, Abington High School, you guys have a lot of Green Wave pride. I think you guys sense the feel of the community. How you mentioned the boosters earlier. A lot of towns, when I'm traveling to other towns, going to games, I always get comments from other parents about how do you guys do it in Abington? How is your boosters club so, just energized, and how do you guys get success in every sports? But you feel that and see that, or do you notice it when you go to other towns that it's just not there?
I think like our town, I don't know what it is, but like we have that energy. Like we're always ready to go for every sport pretty much. But
Yeah.
like I find like our bench, our bench pretty well. Like we're loud.
The loudest.
I feel like other towns, they just think we're kind of crazy, you
Yeah.
know. Like, but I think it's a good thing because I don't know. I can't explain it all. I don't know if you want to
Yeah.
try and explain it. It's just something about our town where we
I
all
agree.
just.
Like I think it's because like we could be like a small community where
Yeah.
we all feel like close
Yeah.
and like just go to school together. And I think like playing sports like together just like I don't know.
I
builds-
think it's great. Keep them in cleats and off the streets, we
Yeah.
used to say. And anything, whether you're here at Abington High School, you're involved in sports program or the drama program or the arts program or music, it's basically, you get some of your best friendships
Yeah.
from your teammates and your classmates and all. And, if someone's having in a slump or someone gets an injury, you've got 8, 9 other people on the team that are trying to help you out and push you forward. They'll cover for you while it happens, because we all go through slumps, and it's great to learn how to get through it. As an adult, you can feed off of that and be a better person later. But I want to wish you guys best of both luck. We're early in the season. Going to try to get down to more of the games. I invite and encourage more residents to get down to these games, even if you don't know the players. You'll get down there and you probably see a familiar face in the crowd. So Abington softball, Abington baseball. Shout out to Callie. Shout out to Henry. You'll see them out there. You'll hear them out there. And I wish you the best of luck, and thanks for joining us on The Buzz. All righty?
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're going to be back with 2 more Abington student athletes to talk about our lacrosse program and what's going on out there on the AstroTurf, or the synthetic turf, for the Abington Green Wave boys and girls lacrosse program. So we'll be right back.
Running away, it's the living, it's hot, hot. Running away, it's the living, it's hot, hot.
All right, we're back for our second half of The Buzz, everything that's going on in Abington High School about Green Wave sports, and I'm excited to invite 2 more student athletes onto the set here at the Abington KM Cable TV studios. We got 2 of our lacrosse representatives, one from the girls team, one from the boys team. Want to welcome aboard Natalie Van Luling and Hunter Grafton. Welcome aboard to The Buzz.
Thank you.
Thank you for having
I know,
us.
Natalie, I've spoken to you before in some of, you were part of the Title IX
I was, and
forum.
yeah.
Was that last year?
That was last year. That was a good time.
It was. You did a great job
Thank you.
representing women's sports, and here you are again representing women's sports. And Hunter, a lot of people know your name from playing hockey. You're a hockey stud, and now are also leading the goal scoring for boys lacrosse, right?
Yes.
How many goals you got thus far this season?
I have 15 goals,
In how many games?
2 games.
2 games.
Two
Okay,
games.
so that's a pretty good start for a lacrosse season.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all right.
It's all right. We like that. And who have we won? Who we beat so far?
We beat Weymouth 17-12 in our opener,
Yeah.
and then Rockland 16-8 in our second game.
What was that score again, Rockland?
16-8.
16-8 for the Rockland fans at home. All right, we did that. And girls lacrosse also had a good start to the season.
Yeah, we did.
Tell me about what you got.
So we have had 1 game so far, and it was against Rockland, and we beat them in overtime, 7-6.
Yeah.
And it was a huge win because Rockland's a really big competitor of ours. We're very similar as a team.
So both teams, great way to start the season.
Right.
Couple of, it's always good to come out of the gate firing. An overtime thriller against an arch rival.
Oh, yeah.
Always good. So kind of tease you up and get you ready for the rest of the season. I know you got a lot of games left, but let's talk about your teams. Now, Hunter, coming into this season, what's the sense? You got a pretty strong team, a talented team, or where are we?
Oh yeah, for sure. Upperclassmen heavy, a lot of juniors, a lot of seniors. Our goalie, senior captain Jake Quinn, has been very good so far. I'm looking forward to seeing him throughout the year.
Going to be a little bit off to be a lacrosse goalie, don't you? I mean, that's kind of a
Yeah.
tough position.
He kind of got stuck there sophomore year because his brother texted the coach and said that he was a goalie even though he did not want to play goalie. He
Yeah.
got stuck there.
And he plays hockey. Jake plays hockey, right? So he's used to getting hit by pucks, having pads on, so that might translate to a lacrosse goalie, we hope. We'll see.
Yeah.
Who's the goalie for the girls this year?
Brielle De Jesus.
All right, so
Yes.
got a good defense in front of her?
Oh, yeah. Rebecca Ricks, Ashlyn Gardner, really strong. They've been playing since freshman year.
Yep.
And the skill has just really grown throughout the years.
I know Rebecca Ricks, and
Yep.
if I'm a goalie, I'd like to have Rebecca as one of my
Oh,
defenders
yeah,
in front.
totally.
That's great. Now, what position do you play?
I'm a midfield. Me and sophomore Molly Joy switch off taking the draws.
And who do you got up front?
Up front for attack, we have Molly Butchergross. We have a couple new seniors to the team. Ava Williamson, a freshman's been thrown
Yeah.
in there a couple times. So we have a good team ahead of us.
So, what's your job as a midi in lacrosse? I guess you both answer this. For people that don't, a lot of people don't know what lacrosse is all
Yeah.
about because it's a relatively new sport to high school in New England. I didn't see it. It wasn't at Abington High School when I was here. I saw it when I went to college for the first
Yeah.
time. But talk about what a midfielder's role is.
Yeah. Middies, it's a lot of running. A
Lot of
ton.
running.
A
Yep.
ton. And really, it's about like getting goals and playing defense. It's both sides of the field, but really most of it is just getting the ball up the field and really transporting it from side to side, which is difficult sometimes with people running at you from all sorts of directions.
Hunter, what position are you?
I'm also a midi.
A midi. All right. So is that something like you wanted to be the midi, or the coaches assigned you to be the midfielder? Or?
I like playing midi.
Yeah.
I kind of got stuck there because I take the face-offs at the
You do.
after each goal and at the beginning of the quarter, but I like midi.
And face-offs is a talent on its own. I know a guy who got into Duke just because he was good
Just
at
because
face-offs.
he's- Yeah.
So, all right, as a midfielder, you're trying to set up your offensive. Your what do you call it, the front line?
Yeah, the attack.
The attack.
The
thank
attack,
you.
yes.
But you can also fire it if you want. Get
Yeah.
close enough, right? So you like you said, you can play offense, but you're also
Yeah.
responsible to not let things get
You're-
behind you.
Yeah, you
Right.
got to help the defense.
Right. And how many players on the field at the same time?
11.
11. Right. Both girls and boys.
We got 10 on the field.
You have 10.
Goalie, and then 3 defense, 3 middies, and 3 attack.
Can I ask, how do you guys prepare and practice for lacrosse? It's not like basketball where you can kind of shoot a hoop by yourself,
Right.
or baseball where you get one other guy. I mean, sure, I guess you can throw
Right.
with one other person, but how do you prepare for the season?
A lot of running. I see them running a lot. It's just really skills. It's working on your stick skills, your communication with your team. A lot of running because it's a really big field.
So you play soccer also?
I play soccer also,
So does
yeah.
that kind of complement your lacrosse
yeah,
getting ready for
definitely.
the season?
I'm defense and soccer, so it's a little bit less running, but
Yeah.
it really does help.
And how about hockey? It's got to be different on the legs.
A lot different.
Yeah.
Quicker shifts for hockey.
Yep.
So more sprinting, but lacrosse is fast-paced too, obviously, but you want to have more endurance for lacrosse.
So you guys play on the
Stamina.
synthetic turf here at
Yes.
Abington. Are there any schools around here that play their lacrosse games on grass?
Rockland.
Rockland does.
Rockland's
Played Rockland on
Rockland's
their
grass.
grass field.
So, I mean, I know it's different for soccer, but it's going to be really different for lacrosse.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's got to
It's-
really stop the ball.
It's very different, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
very difficult for the goalies. The bounce shots are so difficult to track for the goalies.
Yeah.
Right. Wow. Now, a lot of people look at it and say, this is, crazy. You guys are whacking each other with sticks. It's ripe for injuries, but is it really? I mean, is it just, you don't see that many injuries with the gloves you have and everything? You're good, or is it something you worry about?
They hit a lot, and there's a huge misconception with girls lacrosse that there's no hitting, and there's definitely physicality. Although like we can't and we'll get called for it, it definitely happens.
Yeah.
And it's much more physical like than people think, because when you're actually on the field, it's different.
And how long are the halves?
We play 4 quarters, 12-minute quarters,
Yep.
so 24-minute half.
You have like a 25-minute half switch.
And game times at Abington are what? 4 o'clock, 3:30?
Four-ish.
Like 4.
Four-ish,
Like
yeah.
4.
Again, www.arbiterlive.com, and you can find out where the lax games are and when they're being played. And just a lot of competition. Lacrosse has become a very popular sport, both at the youth level and obviously at high school. Who are the teams that you guys are looking forward to when you look at your season schedule? Who do you want to play? Who do you want to beat?
Rockland for
Rockland,
sure.
yeah.
I already played Rockland, 2 big wins, but East Bridgewater also.
Yeah.
Love playing EB.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll play them again later in the season? Or have you already just played that
We
one?
play Rockland again.
Yeah, we play Rockland twice, East Bridgewater twice.
Good.
Yeah.
So far, we got the up.
So far,
we're
it's
on
pretty
them.
good.
All right,
Yeah.
that's always good to see.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the coaches we've got going for the Abington Green Wave lacrosse program. Who's your coaches going for the Green Wave girls?
Huge change this year. We have Gabby Majensky as our varsity coach, who was JV last year because Katie Colley left for a town closer to where she lived.
Yep.
And we have Jenny Warden now as our new JV coach, and it's been going really well.
Jenny Warden, the all-time basketball scoring leader
Yeah.
for Abington High School.
Yes.
And over in the men's, the boys lacrosse is a familiar name. Who's your coach?
My father, Mike Grafton, is our head coach, and then our JV coach is our history teacher, Zach Carey. He's been awesome, and then an Abington alumni, Owen Kearney, helps out some of the days.
So did your dad play lacrosse?
Yeah, he played. He graduated in Weymouth. He was a captain his senior year.
Great. So good to have that knowledge.
Yeah.
And kind of bring it. Is that difficult for you sometimes when you're playing and your dad is coaching?
Oh, for sure. It's little arguments, but I love it.
Yeah.
I think it's an awesome experience, but definitely some
It's
small
got the
arguments.
pros and cons, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So being a student athlete at Abington High School, you're a student and you're an athlete. Just curious, so the folks that don't get to know you better, what's your favorite teacher or favorite class here at Abington High School? What is the one that you enjoy?
What's yours?
I love
curious.
math. I'm a math and science guy, but Miss Wakeland, she's probably my favorite teacher.
Yep.
She made me enjoy math a lot more.
Former student athlete here at Abington High
Yeah.
School.
He's a huge math and science guy, and I love English.
Yeah.
So I love English. I love Mrs. McHugh. I love reading. I love writing. But my favorite class is probably art with Miss Poirier.
Great.
It's like my favorite class to go to.
Good to see the different,
difference.
the styles. You guys are juniors, right? So you're again in that upperclassmen level, but you're also still trying to help the younger classmen come up. What do you see as the key to the future of lacrosse in Abington? I know youth sports is important, but so do you guys try to? Does the varsity programs kind of do anything to kind of help bring the younger kids up, or what's your role as a junior in that regard?
I coach a couple of the youth lacrosse teams.
Do you?
Because my dad's the president, so I get stuck coaching them. But I love it. I just love the game. Love teaching kids lacrosse.
That's great.
I coach 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th for the girls.
Do you?
Joanne Coe really put together that piece of youth program, and I couldn't be more grateful because girls I coached from 8th grade last year are now playing with me.
That's got to be awesome. And those kids must look up at you guys as gods. Like they know, they play for Abington, right?
Yeah.
I remember when I was
I
a kid
hope.
looking at that. It's great. And coaching the little kids is rewarding because I used to love coaching youth sports myself. Now my daughters are older. You just never forget it. And the kids, trust me, the kids will never forget it. And they'll always know you. When they see
Yeah.
you at Trukey's,
Right,
I'm sure they
right, of
stop.
course.
That's my coach,
I love coaching.
That's awesome. What are you looking at for the summer when you guys are done with lacrosse? You kind of take the summer off, or what do you do?
What do you do?
I play club lacrosse,
Yeah.
so I got club tournaments in the summer, but definitely more of a break from
Yeah.
sports, which is nice.
Just chill out a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe get a job somewhere, make some money.
Yeah. I'll be working, looking at colleges. I did a club program during the winter, so I'll probably join one in the summer. I'm wicked excited about the summer.
All right. So then, come the fall of next year, you're going to be back on the soccer pitch.
Soccer field.
What do you do in the fall?
I golf.
Oh, that's
on
right.
the
You're a
golf
member of the
team.
golf team.
Yeah.
And I hear you're also a very talented golfer.
Yeah, I'm all right.
That's great. Well, it's good to see you guys are obviously another example of a well-rounded athlete, student athlete here at Abington High School. You're one of the reasons why the community gets behind our programs, and we love coming down and watching you. And again, I want to urge people to get down there and support these young men and young women, because they hear it. You guys hear it in the stands, hear it the noise of the crowd can kind of get the game going. And we've got a lot to cheer for here in Abington. These two, Natalie and Hunter, are two of the reasons why we are cheering and very supportive of our high school athletic programs. We got to wrap it up, unfortunately. I'm getting the thumbs up from Kevin Tachi in the control room. So I want to thank you guys for all tuning in to The Buzz. We're going to have much more to bring you later in the season. Perhaps we'll get Natalie and Hunter back, and Hunter can give us his updated total of goals scored. And we wish them the best of luck. But thanks for tuning in to Buzz, and go Green Wave.